When we talked about hash maps and array lists, we said that array lists and hash maps are part of this collection data structure APIs that Java provides for us. Now let's talk about another data structure, another collections type called set. Now there are times when we want to group or add our items into our sets or into our data structures in such way that these data structure or these items that we're adding are not able to accept duplicates. That's why Java has this collection type called sets that allows us to add items, but those items are not allowed if they are duplicates. Okay, you can see right away that there are a lot of applications to this scenario. So for instance, let's say you are creating an application that populates a list of people and you want to make sure that there aren't any duplicates. You can see right away that a set collection would be something to consider to use in order to avoid duplicates. Now, how do we create this set data collection? Well, we simply go ahead and say set as such, and you can see if you go back and look at what we talked about earlier about generics are all over the Java APIs, the Java class, the Java library. As you can see here, we have this angular bracket and we have an E there, right? Which is going to be a type that we can pass in. Okay. So what types that we are going to put inside of our set? Let's say integer for now. Okay. And you notice we're saying integer as an integer object. Okay. And we have to import that. So we're going to say Alt, Enter. And then you notice that we have imported the set library, okay, to be able to use it. I'm going to call this set is equal to new hash set. So the hash set is another implementation of the set interface. That's why we say new hash set. So now at the top here, we're going to create an int called count. It's going to be an array of integers. Let's give 3, 4, 6, 9, 10, 23, such. Okay. So how do we then use the set to add, in this case, all of these numbers? Well, we're going to create a try here, okay, because we want to make sure that this actually works. In case it doesn't work, we're going to say catch. We're going to keep pass an exception, E as such, and we don't have to pass anything. All right, so the reason why we putting inside of try, because sometimes it may be that we have a problem with our array and something goes wrong. It's always important, especially when we dealing with sets, to put everything inside of a try catch block. All right, so here we're going to say for. We just create a for loop. Int I is equal to 0. I is less than we're going to say count dot length. Okay, just get the length of our array over there, and say I plus plus. Okay, and so what we're going to do, we're going to say set dot add, and you can see right away the set, because we said the set is going to contain integers, we're just going to go ahead and pass I. We're just going to go ahead and say count, and we're going to pass in the I as such. We're iterating through our array here, and as we go through, we're adding all these numbers inside of our array into our set. Okay, and here I'm going to go and say system.out println our set. I'm just going to go and print the set as such. Save and give it a run and see what's going to happen. And there we go. It says here our set 3, 4, 6, 23, 9, 10. So it shows it as an array, as you can see. Okay. So that's our set. So we can create our set here. In this case, we use the implementation of hash set because it's one of the implementation of the set interface. Okay. And as any other object in Java, we can also tap into a few methods that come with our set. For instance, if we want to know how many, for instance, we can check the size of our set by saying something like system.out println, we can say size. We can say set dot size as such. Save and give it a run. You will tell us the size. Size is 6 because there are 6 items inside. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. What else can we look for? Println. We can also remove a specific object from that collection. So we can go ahead and say, for instance, set dot remove. What object we want to remove? We can go ahead and say count. We want to remove the first item like that. Okay, and if we go ahead again and call the size, we should have a smaller size by 1. So run this. Instead of 6, it's going to be size 5 because we removed the first item, which is 3. Okay. In fact, if we go ahead and print the set again, right after we removed, we should see the items that have been removed. So before we had 3, now that has been removed, and the size is 5. All right. And we can also check if a certain object contained is inside of our set. We can say if, for instance, set.contains. What object? We can say, for instance, we want to check if 3 as an object is contained. Now notice that in this case here, it's going to return either true or false. If that's the case, we're going to go ahead and say system. Okay, I'm copy and paste that. I'm going to go ahead and say yes, else. Let's just say nope. Like that. Let's give it a run. And it says nope, because apparently we removed that 3, and that's why we have nope. Okay. And you can see a lot of similarities between hash maps and array lists and all of these collection types. They have similar characteristics, but others have more capability. They are more capable of more than others. All right. The idea here is that you have all these tools, all of these generics, all of these classes and objects that you can use in Java. The thing is, you have to figure out, think ahead of which collection type you need for certain situation, right? And the more you learn about Java, the more you learn about the collection types, as we are talking about right now, it's going to become a second nature when you are developing your own applications to know which collection type you need to use. All right. Okay, well, so I urge you to go ahead and look up collection types set. All right, so I'll see you in the next video.